I feel like there may be some news for you all. I feel like you may know it, hopefully love it, and just be all aflutter with discussing this. I mean, can you discuss this news too much? It's certainly news we've been waiting for, news we've been hoping for, and it is very good to see actually footage. I'm kind of excited to go back and actually watch, you know, the prediction video we did on a Thursday or Friday, and see how much we got right and wrong. We didn't get the ship right, although I did see one ship, but I think that has to do with not finalised designs. Yeah, so hi guys. Lots of you waiting, which is really nice. As you guys know, Stuart did a tremendous double whammy yesterday, one doing his first reaction, which has got over 11,000 views, which is absolutely superb, and over 650 people watched, and a second reaction settled in for an hour, no, 4 hours actually, which he did later on. And I am now doing my first reaction because I was away this weekend. I did see the trailer, I think 30 minutes after it came out. I saw images and then I saw the trailer. I saw it on my phone, in a stairwell on Wi-Fi of where I was staying, and I was like, oh, finally. And then I saw Stuart's live in bed. I was like, oh, he's live. I got to see his great reaction. And I rushed back today on the train so I could be here as early as I can, which is not exactly early for UK people, but it's early enough for everyone else. On Sunday, another day off, talk about my thoughts and talk to you all about the Star Trek Picard full trailer 1. And I'm very pleased to see that 161 people are watching, and again, that's a compliment to me because, you know, it's just me this time. So you guys actually value what I want to say, which is great. I appreciate that. Just me, solo. And I don't like doing this as much by myself because I love working with Stuart. Because in this version you've got to look at the chat, look at the super chats, look at, you know, it's a whole lot of things to think about and deliver interesting conversation and discussion. It's difficult. It's difficult. Stuart can do it, but he also I don't know how I'm going to end that sentence. 180 people. So, as you guys know, super chats are really helpful to support this channel, and we want to cover all this great stuff. You know, in this live, I'm going to talk about the short treks and the Picard and the lower decks, all the basic things in my first reactions. That is what this is to come. And if you want to ask me a specific question and support the channel, and super chat of any amount is awesome. The more the merrier, but any small amount lets you put a few bits of text, and those are really helpful. And those I will stop and read the super chat to discuss with you exactly. And if you guys want to jump me between the different trailers or ask me specific questions, I'm absolutely, that's what they are there for. Otherwise, I'll just be rambling and trying to look at the chat. And 206 people with 2 super chats. How awesome is that? Valkyrie 417, $2 take my money. I will. Thank you. And Troy Macy, live a great Troy Macy, $9.99. A lot to go over with the trailer. Can't wait for the full breakdown, guys. The full breakdown. This is gonna be a hell of a week, and I'm both eager and already dreading the amount of stuff we're going to do, because we're going to do, I'm pitching to Stuart doing 1 live each night on different topics. There's so much to talk about, plus at least 5 edited full videos with graphics during the week, including what you guys have been waiting for, the full scene-by-scene, shot-by-shot breakdown tomorrow night, which will be very, very cool with full stills. And I'm very excited to actually, this will be my tomorrow morning, to get a version of the trailer, to re-render it in stills, and then look at it and analyze it and pull out the little things. There's lots of things that I saw. So yeah, guys, 222 people, amazing. Like I said, please do super chat and let's get on. So I guess you guys want me to talk about Picard first. So I'm gonna jump off the chat for a second so I can talk eloquently for a moment. And I might actually put the trailer on my other monitor so I kind of have the visuals going while I speak, so it's in my head. And it's funny, again, it's just me, so I get to control the conversation. Short answer, I liked it. As we know, all trailers are deceiving in some ways. You know, some trailers show most of the movie, but edit it in such a way that you think, oh, they die first, or oh, this explosion happens then. Or they cut together 2 scenes that are completely irrelevant. Things like having 7 of 9 appear implies him being in his chateau, or implies it's his chateau, implies she's at the start, but then if his mission comes in later, you know, the framing is interesting. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Yes, no, I liked it. I think it's a very good trailer. I think it gave a ton of stuff away, actually, but that's good because it's a long narrative. As Patrick has said, at least 3 seasons of narrative, which is interesting. Chapters in a book, and I think there's a lot of little things here. You know, one of the weird things about modern cinema and television is they're all shot 95%, 90% on the Red Epic camera, or variations of the Red Epic, and so the look and feel of the footage is going to feel very similar now from a motion picture to a TV show. And so you look at this and you think, oh, it looks like Discovery, which in itself now looks like a movie. So there's that slight bias of it looks like Discovery, because, you know, you put the same set designers and, you know, same tools, whatever. And this is where, for me, the exciting stuff comes in the actual Star Trek elements, because, you know, lots of these sets could be anything, anywhere, any sci-fi, doesn't matter. But seeing a real combat, quote unquote, the uniforms, obviously Jean-Luc Picard back, Romulans, all these little bits that show that they're actually using the universe, and that's one thing we've said since day one. Obviously, use the universe, and this is where the biggest pieces of it are Joey Ryan as 7 of 9, Brent Spiner as Data, to some lesser extent but intriguing, Hugh, the Borg, and of course the Borg cube, and obviously the reveal of the Borg, because that's quite a ballsy thing to do. Let me go back to the chat. Jarzia's back. Hi, Canadian $5. Did you notice that in the Admiral's office that we have a canon star map outlining Federation, Klingon, and Romulan space? I did not, but that is intriguing. I will look back now, and if that's the case, we can include it. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. That is good, and that's quite a cool Admiral's uniform as well. Tsangari, I doubt that woman is Data's daughter. Most likely she's a new form of Borg or test subject. No, she's not Data's daughter. That would be odd. That would be odd indeed. 261 people, amazing. Yes, we also got, as D. Strider said, we're also getting Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis to appear, and that's one thing that I called right from the start, because Jonathan Frakes was on set. He might as well be in it. You know, you're already paying for him to be the director. And if you want a great send-off, although, whereas other Star Trek shows, as with our possibility video, you have a send-off character. In this one, it's a different type of show. You have, you know, 2 or 3 recurrings if you include Picard as well, or 4, I guess, if you include Hugh. So yeah, but much more exciting this way around, and it's only sort of common sense. I mean, Riker is quite a bit younger than Picard, and so to have him fly, you know, the ship after Titan, give him a longer backstory, have him, you know, like we saw in All Good Things. Obviously, he's sour by the death of Troy, but he became an admiral, he became other things. So who would you go to first? But Riker, and that makes sense. Either he's on a ship or he's an admiral. What if Riker, you know, can't help, won't take you cool, or does help? You know, he's a very good choice, and allows you in for other stories later down the line, because this is a multiple season big story. Then obviously, the other characters could be used in greater ways later on. That's why obviously having 7 and Data is really intriguing super early on, although we don't know how much involvement is going to be. That's certainly going to be interesting. Dan23, the Star Trek Insurrection trailer makes it look like they just destroying the Enterprise. When you watch the trailer, watch the movie, it's just the shuttle. Yes. Mark Equinox. Stuart's not here, man. Stuart's not here. Com badges, yes. That's one thing I'm going to look at, because I'm going to frame by frame this trailer and look. They, I believe, are All Good Things-ish. They're not actually All Good Things, but All Good Things-ish. At least they're closer than not, which is good to see. CGI Data. Now that's tricky. I don't think it's CGI Data. I did quote that I thought they would de-age Picard, but I think for Data they did a makeup layer on his face, which unfortunately makes it a bit bigger, because then you can create the lack of I mean, latex is so thin. I mean, look at the Klingons in Discovery. Yes, they're not necessarily Klingons, but the latex is so thin it does look like skin to some extent. So if you do that with Data, you can create, I mean, Odo, but you know, 20 years more advanced, you can create a very effective Data mask in a sense, which allows him to look younger. Although it's sort of not worked and obviously for the first time in 4K. And it's a real extreme close-up, so I mean, the makeup's not, well, even the 1987 makeup wouldn't have necessarily held up as much. But obviously, considering how long it's been, he still looks absolutely incredible. They both do. I mean, they could both have really put on a lot of weight, but both of them very well. Guys, do super chat. Trekyards says Commander Shelby is in the trailer as the admiral. Pretty sure it's not the same actress. I would have thought that would be one of the headline story, because you can see the actress and she would say, "Hi, I'm this person." Kalish. Yeah. Gavin Hughes says, I'm gonna go with that she's a clone of the Borg Queen. See, that's very on the nose. I've certainly got theories about all of this stuff as the trailer unfolds, which I can go into if you guys want. But you guys do super chat and ask me questions. That's gonna be super important because 303 people you're watching need to support the channel. So super chat your questions. And the panel mentioned it's Hugh's daughter. Hugh's daughter. Hugh the Borg's daughter, really? Well, I have yet to see the panel yet, because I want to do that tomorrow. But some thoughts I had out again. Please do super chat so I can look at that in a moment. So yeah, Vineyard stuff obviously, but I think there'll only be episode 1, and then he'll go into space episode 2. You see the remains of an android, and it's either B4 if that process didn't go too well, or that's Law, which I think is slightly more likely, because that's a later Sung android, which is capable of what Data can do for the most part. So if you need a Sung android that isn't active, then you go to this one, and that these pieces actually exist. It's not Data, because Data is dead, and B4 Data, we don't know the extent of that yet. We see at the end a Sung android looking like Brent Spiner, as there are 3. He could be wearing a uniform. He's wearing a collar. Doesn't necessarily mean he is wearing a uniform. But it could be a flashback. It could be many things. I had a point there, but I actually forgot it. We don't know if he's in Starfleet. We don't know whatever. We don't know if it's we don't know how much the Data and B4 process worked. One way around, Brent said he wouldn't play the part again because he's aged too much. I mean, you could easily say that B4 is such an inferior model that he ages, which I think is totally justified and allows him to play the role for another 10 years if he really wants to. But a lot of potential there for sure. And the fact that Brent was in several of the I saw stills of several interview panel things implies that he's I don't remember what I was, thank you for a super chat that I remember what I was going to say. Implies that he could that he could be in it more than just a small part, because we obviously love. I mean, Brent's a tremendous actor and Data is a tremendous character, so it'd be great to see things. Could Data be a holodeck program? Possibly. That's where him saying, as well as remembered, that's why he says Captain at the end. That's the big tell there. Or he's there's limited data in the B4 android, and so he's sort of stuck in a moment of time and he can't get beyond that, because he can only do so much. And so whenever Patrick Picard sees B4 before Data hybrid, he sees him as Captain, or he's just he prefers him as a captain. I don't know how much he's evolved as a person. Obviously, we saw Joe Ryan 7/9, who's clearly much more humanoid, as it were. But it's definitely not Data, because Data is dead. But it's some variation of that. I mean, beyond experiences, Data is as of Yolo, it's just neural impulses. I mean, you saw how Seven the Doctor's personality. Well, yes, it's the wrong way around. But how many times there we go. There, Kess, when that warlord goes into Kess's body. Well, it's a person can transfer and it's reasonably fine. Yeah. See what the chat says. Lodex is set in TNG era. Well, if it was, why the uniform was different? That wouldn't necessarily make sense. I haven't seen these panels yet. I'm excited to. Trekyards, the actress is 20 years old. Could she be Shinzon's daughter? I doubt Shinzon have a daughter. That I feel like he would have used that against Picard at some point in their battle, and obviously they didn't write that at the time, so there's no connection there. No, I think Shinzon is happily out of the picture. I don't think we're going to get any of that again. I mean, this is clear Borg-centric story, which is, I think, a both safe and not safe bet. So everyone's talking about who the girl is, and again we'll go to, I have no idea what Stuart thinks. My first sort of inclination, and in my head it felt obvious, based on the several bits of information we have from this. She goes to Picard's vineyard. We can assume it's added to the vineyard. He goes to Starfleet. Says is important if she's who she thinks he is. He thinks she is. We see a fight to officers. One gets beamed away. That's a problem there. She's then in the prison, which is interesting. That's the biggest clue, obviously, and it's a Borg cube prison held by Romulans, which is tremendous as a concept. Really, really fun. And you can see Romulan logos on the banisters. I really like this shot. This shot is really, really fun. Facility's gone 5,843 days without an assimilation. I love that concept. It's obviously ex-Borg in a prison, and it's like, don't assimilate anyone you can, but don't, we'll kill you. There's an Andorian. There's 2 Andorians. There's 3. Oh, much better Andorians. Again, we'll frame by frame this later. It's kind of not a job of this live. But my absolute thought with her character is that she's an ex-Borg, so she was assimilated at some point, and then these Romulans have been using this cube technology, using the people, because maybe we know the hive mind maybe helps to keep the ship active, so they have to keep the people on board the Borg cube. Who knows? There's contrived reasons for everything. And she manages to escape this Borg cube, but unfortunately her memories of who she is, we see, I think I'm scrolling slightly through the images, we see her at the start, she has a head wound, so maybe she has amnesia for what little life she had on a Borg cube as a prisoner, and she's actually, what's deep in her personality, deep in her soul as this character, is that this one surviving person that was important to the Borg is Locutus, and Picard is Locutus. We've seen how other Borg respond to him as Locutus without even thinking about it. So my straightaway assumption when watching this trailer is that this is an ex-Borg, just an ex-Borg. So there's no one particularly special, at least for the initial bit, and she has defaulted to go find Picard, but because they thought the Borg were destroyed after Endgame in Voyager, because she calls him Locutus, he's like, oh my god, and then he can sense whatever, that she was a Borg, maybe she has something, and the fact that there are now Borg it's a very confusing situation to have ex-Borg walking around who still have some abilities. That's scary. 709 was enough of a problem, as it were, with what she could do. And so he goes to Starfleet and says, hey, I found a Borg. She found me. What's going on? And then it'd be a story about her passing a memory together, finding the Borg cube, which was a really great reveal, and that the Romulans are experimenting on Borg to get their empire back or whatever. And she's the one at. So that's my assumption. She's not, a particularly special thing. I think it would be almost contrived to have her be, like someone said in the chat, the, love child of a Borg Queen and Locutus. That seems, insane to me. And a clone of Shinzon, we just did that. That's just having a nemesis, or a clone of Picard. We just did that. So I don't think that's particularly likely. But I just like it's a simple... she was a Borg, she has lost her memory, and now, oh dear, she's here. She's here. Blesky, if there's any super chats. No! Oh my goodness, guys. Come on, guys. 334 people. I was expecting more. If you can. Trekyards, it could be the B4, but only with memories of Picard up until Data die, hence why he calls him Captain. Yeah, but B4 would then know about... Well, he looks older. He would put these, B4 Data's smart, he would know. And then, 20 years don't just pass unless he reactivates him every time he wants to play chess or whatever. Data's daughter could be the girl, fixed. Again, I don't see why that would be a good solution. We know Data's daughter, Lal, was not... That wouldn't lead to much. Then it's all about Data specifically, but it's not about the Borg. No, I don't think that would link together very well. Enterprise F may be in design. It's not officially commissioned till 2409 in the Stowe future, but as we know now, all the prequel Stowe events did not happen because Picard's happening, so they're different timelines, very much so. So we'll get the new Enterprise. We'll get, I mean, we might get an F. It'd be kind of fun not to. Data was wearing the same uniform from Nemesis, so I think it's a hologram of some kind. I mean, he's not wearing the same uniform. He's not wearing the exact same uniform. It's a different shade. The collar's too. I don't know. I felt like collar's too high. I mean, obviously, I'm fine with being a holodeck simulation. I'm fine with it being a memory. I'm fine with it being a flashback. That's all cool. And now, yeah, now there's a slight rim to the uniform. That'd be brilliant. You know, to see the old uniform at all would be a absolute win. But that would limit the new potential of what it could be. He could be wearing an Admiral's uniform. Admiral with an orange. Don't know. It's 2 decades after Nemesis. So when does the sun go supernova? It happens 2 years from now. It's yeah. No. Supernova was It was 2 years after the event that made him leave Starfleet. I believe is what they said. Enterprise F will appear for sure. I'll take any bet. And Riker's very likely the captain. I would not agree. Not because I wouldn't like to, but I think they would pick a different Enterprise captain. Would be my gut. Having be someone different is good. Don't always give them a... You know, because Riker's not the best officer ever. You know? Yes, Raj, we know Marina and Frakes are in it, which is awesome. Yes, good old gamer. Trevor needs more ship porn. Yes. Michael Harden, his face identical to B4. I think Dave's personality has asserted itself and blended with B4. Who knows? Well, his face identical, but also fatter because it's been years, so you could do whatever you want there. Spine also said he wouldn't, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to what Spiner said in the chat. Well, yeah, obviously these actors are lying. I mean, I was at Icon where Marina was asked if she was in it, and she said no. She hasn't even been talked to. So no, these actors have to lie. I mean, if you revealed that you were in this show, you get you wouldn't get fired, but obviously it'd be a bad thing. So no, obviously. Both JJ and TNG still Romulans. Well, it's just a style of dress, really, isn't it? Oh yay! I didn't realize the 199s didn't come through. Oh, guys, awesome. That's nice. Let's have a read. So, Troy Macy. That explains why 709 is there. So she could help the X-Borg. Yes, Troy. Absolutely. Although the timings of... Well, no, I guess you could call her for the Vineyard. I mean, I would assume that someone like Picard would get to know someone like 709, someone like Janeway more, all these ties. Obviously, we saw post-Voyager returning home in Nemesis, and we've no idea how much all the crew sort of melded. Yeah, I mean, she's the obvious choice, and I think we said that, God knows how long ago, that of all the people to bring back, 7 and 9 and Data are the two best ones, because functionally they can do the most story-wise, and 7 on a top tier. Caleb Horn, $1, just as important as the next one. Thank you so much, Caleb, appreciate it. Brian, straight $20, you're mad, but thank you, that makes me feel special. 358 people, that's amazing, and guys, please click that like button. You'd be surprised how much the YouTube algorithms rely on the like in the like button. So click it. That'd be very much appreciated. Don't, I'm trying to act as I say it, Brian. Don't get a Discovery vibe from this. It just doesn't look, it actually feel like Trek. More like Trek over the last few years. Nothing in this looked like Trek I remember and like. Money on the Fed ignores Picard's for beauty. Yeah, well, like I said, you can't make it look like old Trek, and that's the point. It isn't old Trek. Discovery is modern, weird TOS alternate universe, even though it isn't Trek, but it feels like it. JJ is obviously modern, futuristic alternate Trek. Picard is future Trek, and that's the thing. I wouldn't want another TNG. I would want it looking modern. I would just hope the art design would feel more whatever. But they can stay away from a lot of those questions by, as they've done, having him on a civilian/secretive ship. So the bridge they're on is in my opinion, pretty bad. But it's a civilian ship. I'd assume a freighter of some kind, like a high-end freighter, because it'll slip through places. That's my assumption. But it feels more like Discovery, but unlike Discovery, it gets away with it more because it is the future. The future feel more futuristic. So, yes and no. As long as the story's good, you know, that's the main thing. That story main thing, characters respected, canon represented, respected. Although they've again reiterated the canon respect thing. Let me go down further. Prime 1351, is that a pre-Discovery style Andorian? I bloody well hope so. Prime 1351. But I mean, the Andorian is a tricky one. That's the closest to correct as you can get, because every species have different variations. So that Andorian is almost, you know, right. And as long as Discovery had more than one type of Andorian that looks something like the new one, something like Discovery, something like TNG, even if you want to go that far, it'd be fine. But when you reset all them like Klingons look like one way, it kind of ruins it. So we'll see. Joe, why have I trouble saying people's names? Brian. Maybe she was a Borg queen that got removed from the maturation chamber too early. Maturation chamber. Now see, why would that be the plot line? You know, like that. Where would that go? I guess a Borg queen knows things, but you would assume that a Borg queen is just an empty vessel until it programs it until it gives the collective knowledge. So a Borg queen is very, you know, unless I guess you'd say to fly the Borg cube, but they wouldn't know about the Borg cube. So I think that's not as narratively interesting. And you've got to remember that this is presumably still Discovery being made for primarily a non-Trek audience, and so a Borg already they have to explain what the hell Borg are. And to a Borg queen, you know, you start creating levels or layers. Although that said, in the Picard Museum, they kind of graphically still had the Borg queen head, which, you know, which shows that will be important. So that it could be another hint. I mean, those things are selectively done, certainly. Only 149 likes. Come on, 378 people, which is amazing. I think that's the most I've ever had on one by myself live. Please click that like button. Sorry, I keep burping. Nigel Mercurely, happy data back. Happy data's back. First super chat, support channel. Ah, dude, thank you. Your happy data's back. Yes, well, thank you for the super chat. That's very, very kind. I'm ecstatic data's back. Brent is a really good actor, and you can do so much with the variation of data. Vincent Visons, $2. Hey boy, what did I miss? Well, did I message you on? No, I didn't message you on Skype. But yes, I will be. I'm in Vegas next week. B4's uniform from Nemesis. I'm not fully going to say that, because it could be a variant, it could be whatever. You know, I'm not going to quite go there yet. There's slight colours there, but they could also Photoshop that. We saw what they did with Infinity War, so wait and see. Wait and see. Oh, Caleb Horn again. Oh. Just skipped a long way down. Yeah. The Romulan held a phaser point, said the girl was the destroyer. Maybe here and the wrecked Borg cube have something to do with the Hoba supernova. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. We see Picard in a uniform in flashback. Please, can you clarify what flashback, what uniform, what trailer, or is that just in general? I mean, I would love to see. I think flashback. We called that in our video. Definitely should have flashbacks. At least to, you know, why he left Starfleet. You know, hopefully, well, if they want to sell more merch, be another uniform in between the other uniforms. You know, because make more money. Or if they were fun, they would just use the Nemesis one and, you know, make it feel more canon-y. Yeah, the Destroyer's weird. But maybe a simple one is that she's just an average Borg drone, or of a species that could be cool, who then, on the escape, lost a memory, but actually it was part of a process where the memory of, you know, something special was in her head, and she managed to escape, and then, you know, she has the potential to be the Destroyer, or she has inside of her the Destroyer. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I you know, her being the most special person ever is you know, fine, but we'll see. Oh, I hope Tarantino can save Star Trek. No, he'll do different Star Trek. He won't save Star Trek, he'll do different Star Trek. Yes, Trek Reviewer. Have you ever seen the 1994 Star Trek Generations action figures? They were similar ones seen in the release of Star Trek Lower Decks animated series. Yes, love those uniforms. They were very cool. And I mean, yeah. I guess, again, it's not canon, but I love the idea of that. Julian Penn. Firefly comparison with Rogue One, with Rogue Crew and Space Martial Arts, etc. Young person. I mean, that's the problem with any idea. There's only certain variations. I mean, how many Orville stories were just Trek? How many Trek stories were just Trek again? You know, so if it's done well, interesting, and obviously in the context of Star Trek, it could be really, really cool. You know? Yes, I know, Thompson, there was another time a little bit behind. There is a frame showing his collar possibly grey. Yes, it could be. Or it could be the next iteration. You never know. You never know. They kept it very, very thin, very close up to hide that stuff. Was there anything on the Section 31 Georgia spin-off release at Comic-Con? Nope, because it's not in production yet. They're waiting to the end of Season 3 of Discovery, which is a long time from coming out, until that wraps, and then we'll see. That might not even be finished, or be a miniseries. You have no idea. Yes, the Destroyer is basically River Tam until they prove otherwise. Hey, River Tam's a good story. Oh, I heard a while ago the Admiral Janeway disappears and she will be the new Borg Queen in the new Trek series. What a way to ruin Janeway. Don't believe that for a second. Don't believe that. Yes, Picard and Seven also have ex-Borg things going on too. Minkin too. I mean, I would assume, yeah, that those, and obviously Janeway, Tuvok, Torres, they've, you know, and obviously Icheb and those people, they've had very unique, you know, Borg integrations, and yeah, certainly with Seven and Picard. I mean, you would think they'd be friends a bit ago, you know, ex-Borg counselling sessions would be cool. Chrisima 1. Could the girl be a survivor of the Enterprise's first Borg encounter where several decks were cut off the ship with several crew? I mean, yes, but again, why pick that person and why would that be special in the grander scheme? And that Borg cube also blew up. No, that one didn't blow up. No, you're right. That one. Again, that. But to explain that to a modern audience who aren't Trek fans, because again, it's not made. It's not going to be made for Trek fans specifically. If it hit a Discovery idea, it's interesting. But again, why pick that? There's more interesting people you could pick. But that's an interesting way to go for. And Good Old Gamer says, not exactly lying. NDAs are a legal thing. Yes. Yes, I know. Hey, Stuart. Hey, Stuart. Brian, yes, I know. I haven't watched that panel because I'm doing a first reaction. First reaction, not full breakdown. I'll watch that stuff tomorrow in the morning. Good Old Gamer. I'm probably the odd one out, but I'm kind of over cynicism these days. Good Old Gamer. It's not cynicism for us. It's just looking at good and the bad and being honest. If you you know, if you love something so much you can't see the flaws, that's a problem. If you hate something so much you can't see the good things, that's a problem. You know. Mike P, $1. Thank you. Thank you. Stuart says, pay attention to me. I am. Oh yeah, Trekyards linked to an ex-Borg network as well. Evening, boys and girls. Gareth Fairclough again. 361 people. Please do click that like button. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Oh, Samuel. Any speculation? Oh, any speculation on what type of ship that Picard is on? Yes, I would say that. I would say that it is a smuggler-style vessel with a more renegade crew of people that do stuff for, you know, trade with Starfleet and such. Have an especially weirdly fun, zoomy ship that does not look very Starfleet because it's not Starfleet, and yet has some of those familiar things like red and blue glows, but allows them to make a non-Trek-looking ship and have a reason. And then, I mean, obviously we're getting to Star Trek Renegades territory, the fan series / movie / spin-off / you know, that thing. Which is, you know, a great premise. And then you get to have, you know, this renegade weird ship come in and out comes Warp, and it's a very classic looking Federation ship of a slightly more advanced ilk, and then boom! Oh my god, it's Captain Riker! who refused to take the Admiralty because he doesn't want to, and then he beams aboard and they see each other and it's like a reunion because he's been on the edge of the galaxy for a couple of years. It'd be a really powerful moment. Powerful moment. How long are you here for, Andrew Jones? It, guys, depends on how many people are watching and how many people super chat, because I'm here to support the channel, to get my first thoughts, and if you guys support me, supporting you, which you are currently, super chats and people, because I love the chat when there's lots of people watching, then I'll stay here for hopefully another hour, if you guys are interested. Nay, say never. Why are you guys not together on the stream tonight? Because, Stuart, I was away last night and Friday night doing real life stuff, and Stuart was away tonight doing real life stuff, and it's kind of fun if we got each do our own first reaction, which is awesome. I'm very happy to be able to join you by myself and just say hi. Was it just me, or did the 709's eye prosthetic look cheap and rubbery in this trailer? That is an interesting question. I know that the original prosthetic wasn't very flexible, and so that obviously gave it a certain metallic feel, whereas nowadays you would have it be much more basically rubbery. So you can mold and move more, so it allows a much more expression, which changes the feel of it. Although I do believe we've seen bits where they take it off her and there's other circuitry there. I'm trying to remember now. So could have upgraded or something, but at least she has it. I mean, come on. You know, they could easily have said, screw it, we'll do a, 7 of 9 remastered. And I'm very excited to do a side by side of both Data and 7 of 9 to see if it is identical, because it should be identical. There's no reason for it, obviously, except for the future, but to change it would be, well, thanks for nothing, But I think it's just because it's an enhanced material that can do more. Let's have more motion, and you can see her expressions in that trailer are much more expressive. So she's going for a more nuanced performance, because guess what? She's been in the real world for 20 years now. She's lived a life. She might have had kids. She's had a life, which is interesting. Then, if are we going to see Chakotay, just in the context of being there together, as a cameo. It's unnecessary, but kind of fun to see. The Price is Right review. What an interesting name. Love your content. I don't know if you do content, but love you too, sir. Thank you, with a sunglasses face. My biggest question for Star Trek Picard: will we see the Enterprise again? Will we see Picard walk the bridge off his old starship? No! Unless it's a flashback, which would be an easy way of getting fan service. And you can quite easily do a very, very high-end 3D bridge. I mean, you saw the Discovery scene, right? You saw the Discovery view screen on the Enterprise. That's full of CG. You saw when they were on the Shinjo bridge, when it was all destroyed with the suits, all CG. So, I mean, they can do some photoreal CG. So, do a Enterprise E bridge. I mean, that, again, we've said before, Bermuda uniform, de-aging using CG, which you can do in TV budget without too much hassle. It's just expensive. Do a flashback, and you're going to get fans absolutely squeeing. A fangirl screaming, and absolutely love it to pieces. I mean, you want easy fan cred. You want easy. I didn't actually share this. Didn't actually share this on our page. I should probably share this. Although plenty of you are watching, but I just realised I was busy just talking to you all. That's hilarious. I'm gonna post it right now, so you guys talk amongst yourselves. Doing my first reaction live to the Picard trailer on YouTube right now. 350 awesome fans with me right now. Yes. Really should have done that a while ago, but having two of us is really helpful. We have our own flow when it's two of us, But you're going to see a lot of us this week. Like I said at the start of the stream, and I'll mention again, we plan on doing 5 lives with varying topics. We plan on doing at least 5 actual videos, edited videos with graphics, because they're really, really important for the channel. And we have so many cool things to talk about. I mean, there's so many sub things. As you know, guys, we like to talk about sub things Very, very cool when it comes to stuff in this trailer. Everyone, please click subscribe. Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Obviously, please do subscribe to the Trekyards channel. We are primarily a ship and trek, ship and station and ship channel. But we've done hundreds of videos on ships and from other sci-fi as well, like Battlestar, Firefly, Stargate, Babylon 5. We even did Batman once. That was fun. But we do episode reviews of TNG. We did them all for all the Discovery, both season 1, season 2. That we did really interesting trailer reviews and breakdowns for the original season 1 of Discovery trailer. We think we did like 21 videos looking at different elements of the trailer because there's so many little bits you can infer. So I'm excited to do similar things this time. So please do subscribe if you want to see lots and lots of cool things. Lots of cool things. Gareth, no, I haven't have any time to do anything, pretty much. Having been to town for a week. Prime 131. Thoughts on the new Romulan ships? See, it's hard to say they're Romulan ships. It's a good inference. The fact they're around the Borg cube and now I've seen the trailer on a full 1080p display. I think it's fair they're Romulan, but they're definitely different. Although you could, you could probably quite easily say they're like Riemann strike fighters. You know, they're good at using their military in that way. Although, yeah, it's got 3 running lights. I mean, they're not. Oh, I mean, they're not the same. They're different. I don't like the fact there's no visible warp engines. All the lights are white, which isn't quite useful. I don't know. It's they don't look Romulan. I mean, they sort of have a bird motif in the sense of outstretched wings. If the front has a beak, that'll help a lot. The fact they're not green doesn't help, obviously, or some shade. Maybe they get reflection light from the planet, but I don't know. You need to have different differential warp and impulse lights. It really makes a difference. Miguel Montreal, any guesses as to what the short tracks episode related to Star Trek Picard will be about? Ooh, that I'm going to guess would be a prequel short, which tells us a mini story. Maybe with the incident that got him out of Starfleet. So therefore you can use other characters or introduce the new crew of the new ship. That'd be easy, like do a little mix. They've got all the crew right there. They've got the sets, do a little short mission. Would be fun. Yes. Captain Worf would be great. Dear Godman, get some sleep. Oh, rude. Are you drunk? Nope. Any thoughts how close the Countdown comics will tie into the Picard series? That's a great question. That's a great question. Oh, Jarzia again. Canadian $10. They should use a good deepfake software to recreate his face in the 90s. Corridor Digital did incredible deepfakes of Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves. Placing Spine with young Spiner should be easy. Head, Corridor Digital, try that. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, seriously. But again, that's a weird way of doing it. I mean, they do other. There's expensive way, like Arnold Schwarzenegger way they did his de-aging and stuff. I mean, there's ways of doing it, and it's just expensive as anything. I mean, but again, give them Disney money, and you can do Samuel L. Jackson pretty much flawlessly for an entire movie. So we'll see. Gareth, fair call. No problem, man. It's not a priority by any means. No, as I said, wait for the end of the Indiegogo. I know it's not trouble to see the Expanse trailer. No, I don't watch the Expanse, so I've not seen it. Found Cindy's avian ships. Fun. Review the Romulan ships in trailer. Looks like page 108 of Star Trek Design Starships. Which volume? I assume in the Eagle Moss one. Please do let me know. But let's talk about, though, the short treks for a minute. They announced, I believe, I'm trying to remember, 2... Yeah, it was 2 animated. 2 animated, which is interesting. 3 Discovery. Well, no. Wait, was it 3? It was. Yeah, it must be. It was 3 Enterprise themed and 1 Picard themed, which was very interesting. And I'm assuming because they've now had to push all the shows to 2020, because if you recall, they did promise Picard at the end of 2019, and we easily said they're not going to make that easily. So, shorts are easy, relatively cheap, and you can get quite a good return from that, and you get monthly buzz. So, if there's 6, then they're probably assuming that it won't be out until at least February or March, because you'd release 1 a month, that's 6, and so you're looking at least a 6-month lead up. So I'd guess they'd know when that was, so I'd assume they'd be out in September, October, and then they come out for 6 months, and one of the shows, probably, yeah, it'd have to be Picard because that's the lead in to that. And then they're rushing Picard versus just doing Discovery, because obviously the fan interest is much higher for Picard than possibly for Discovery could be, especially with its doing its own random thing now. Even though it's more interesting, it's not what anyone would want to see, per se. But the short trek, so yeah, they got 3 Enterprise themed, which we knew was probably, I mean, I called that its easy thing, you know. Given the whole show is really tricky, expensive, and big and doesn't fit into the vibe. And again, if you keep doing Discovery aesthetic, you're going to keep having the same problems. But short treks, easy shorts, use existing sets, easy peasy. You've got 1 with Rebecca Romaine Spock in an elevator, in a lift, turbo lift. Great, looks funny. Ensign Spock, so his first appearance on the Enterprise, which is great. Like I say, I met Ethan Peck, and he was great, really great in real life. I shared a beer with him. That was fun. And the amount of people that asked him, "Are you going to reprise? Would you come back as Spock?" And first of all, I was thinking, he's an actor. He'll get, if he's getting paid, and it's a decent reason for him to be it. Yes, they need to get paid. You know, you can only keep being an actor if you keep getting paid to be an actor. So it's funny because he must have already filmed that, which is hilarious. My assumption is actually filmed those right after that. The media coverage of that when they released the clapperboard was a lie. That they filmed that right, like straight after Discovery finished. They filmed those because you've got the standing sets. You might as well. It's much cheaper to keep them right there for that long. That's gonna be great. Both good actors, and find their unison is what it looked like from the trailer. Then you've got the Tribble one, and again, what do you do? Now, I remember Anson Mont talked about what he'd want to do, and obviously that at that point he could be trolling the audience at FedCon, and I do believe he said Tribbles, which then, you know, in hindsight he knows. In before that, you think he's just really smart. Yeah. Yes. But that looks interesting. They've got Archer from Archer and Bob's Burgers to be the actor, which is a really funny choice. Why not? No, why not? Looks fun. Pike is obviously great, and to see something wholly of Enterprise is good. Again, if they were smart for that one, they'd have it be later in the timeline, because you can do that and have it look more like the Connie, because basically you get to sell more merchandise. You make a Connie Mark III, because if you look at the 2 versions of the Discovery Enterprise from Season 1 Season 2, subtle changes, like how the inner cell elements are and other little things which are just cosmetic. They change them between seasons, no actual reason for them, but they could get so many brownie points for doing an upgrade to look a bit more close to the original canon. When you look at the D7, tremendous job. You know, do straight struts, do there isn't much you have to do to do that much. They could sell a new one. Change the paint scheme. Paint scheme is the biggest one, obviously. Although the short treks didn't have any VFX really for exteriors in the other one, so that's where they're trying to cheap out. Because if you can just do live action, then obviously you're saving a good chunk of money each time, and a VFX shot at all can take quite a lot of stuff to do. But these, I'm guessing, are an example of it's an attempt to show the audience something Pike related, and if they bite, then they might do a Pike something or other miniseries. I again doubt series unless the real need is there. But again, you can you know, Pike can keep aging and look more and more like where he could be. So he's got a few years until Cage, so he, you know, get back to the actor in 4 years, he can still be absolutely great. And obviously Spock, you know, the older he looks, the closer he looks to Nimoy. So that's, you know, that works really, really well. Let me go back and look for any more super chats. There is no more super chats. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 205 likes, 321 people watching, which is again amazing. Please do super chat to ask me questions. I'm on the short treks now, so I can jump back to Picard if you guys have some questions. Hello Samuel, it's Kevin. How are you doing today? It's Hi-Fi Source. I'm doing good. Hi Kevin. Just a bit tired. It's 11:22 for me, and I've been up for a long time today, and I came back just for this. Talk to you wonderful people, support the channel, and get my first thoughts to film, which is pretty epic. You're having your own conversations here, guys. You're having your own chat. A scene with Picard, Sisko, and Joan would be amazing. Probably too coincidental. Well, Sisko's been out for a bit. There was talk of the series including Hugh. Yes, he's in it. It's not talk. It's not talk. He is in it, which is actually really great. I mean, you want the perspective of a well. I mean, Vengeful Borg's a weird one, but a Borg that, I mean, they had a ship. Remember, they had a really big, powerful ship. So that's a very, very powerful FTL drive. You know, what a Borg like after they've, I mean, they're going to shed their kit, aren't they? At some point. You know, what's it like for an ex-Borg? Picard, success of an ex-Borg. 709, success of an ex-Borg. Borg children, again, nurtured. But, what if you hate everything? I mean, that's harsh making him a villain in a sense, but it's certainly interesting. You know, he owes a lot to Starfleet and to Picard, and that can be used for revenge. You know? Gareth Fairclough, £5 again! Wonderful! What would you absolutely not want to see in the short treks? Jeez. Oh god, now is that specific to these? Oh no, I guess. Oh damn, we did see a transport room. Damn it! Ugh, short treks. I hate redresses. I hate redresses. It's so lazy. Just do a green screen version. Because we didn't know what the transport room on the Enterprise looked like, but they just redressed the Discovery one, which is garbage. So we just the Shunjo, bit more of a redress, but so you're saying that again the Transformer is 3 times the size, and even though we know what it looked like in Cage, and so frustrating. They really just hurt stuff. To do a green screen one, please. You know, just care about continuity, please. Update it. Don't. But again, short treks meant to be cheap. Cheap. That's the important thing. Actors are cheap on a daily basis, relatively speaking, compared to one VFX shot can cost as much as an actor's entire contract. On a few days or whatever, if it's a big one and it takes days to make the other one. Well, if you're hiring 20 artists to make one shot and rush it, you know, because there's time to take. I wouldn't want to see Control again. I wouldn't want to see anything outside of the Enterprise in the Discovery era ones, because they keep hurting that timeline. So leave it so internal is the best thing they could possibly do. Just be the crew. We've already given up with your visual continuity. This is what you get. It's not the same. It's not replacing the same. It's just a weird sidestep. As we know, it's not replacing. It isn't. You know, the Enterprise is not the Enterprise. It's their Enterprise. Well, the Discovery. Yeah, leave that alone. Have it be, you know, you've really succeeded in casting characters. Use that. Don't use anything else. But Tribbles is interesting. It's risky in a small sense. Risky with a small R. Although, Tribbles eating you to death is silly and interesting. In equal measure. Trekyards, have they said if they're going to release the short treks on Blu-ray? Oh dear. Now I would assume, Trek reviewer, that because the short treks are considered part of season 2 in a different sidestep, they'd be on the season 2 Blu-ray, because you need to have content on the season 2 Blu-ray to, Jeffrey Combs says Jeffrey Combs has been in TNG. Is Jeffrey Combs in TNG? I thought he was first hired in DS9. Don't think he was in TNG. Don't think he was. No. Let's go with IMDb as well. That is just IMDb. How is that useful? You just give me. Go down quite a few years, or just search Star Trek. Enterprise, Elite Force 2, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Deep Space Nine. Nope, he was not in TNG. Ha! My gut reaction there. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I wonder what the rights issues will be for the short treks over here in the UK. Well, will the short treks be on Amazon or Netflix? Who got the leftover contract stuff there? You'd assume they'd be on Amazon, which is great for me. I've got Amazon Prime. But I don't know. God, I really can't wait to. I really can't wait to start doing the scene by scene breakdown. That's gonna be great of this trailer. Looking at all the small things. It's going to be really, really, really great. Oh, that's Jazia, since Daj was in the Romulan prison and they're so afraid of her, could she be some sort of Borg Trojan horse, night bomb, infect, or supply, etc.? Damn, that's a really good idea. That's an excellent idea. I mean, nanoprobes are so dangerous. But again, you wouldn't put in the prison population if it was that. Now, you could have, I mean, what we saw from... Oh, actually, see, you spark ideas. What we saw in Endgame, obviously, was Admiral Jamin from the future with advanced Borg killing tech, infects the Borg Queen, and it destabilizes the entire network. Now, the assumption, without too much evidence... Sorry. Beyond set to zero, beyond the... I don't know what I got headphones on. I don't need headphones in for this. But I guess I just hear myself. Beyond Unimetric 001 being destroyed, and one of the hubs, there's 7, I think I said, and multiple ships. Because one still, survived for a while, the sphere. We assume that the collective was at least hugely destabilized, not destroyed. But there's going to be lots of Borg ships which lost connectivity, and then as we saw in other other situations, Borg can regain their individuality, which is interesting. Now you might have subsects, as we had with Hugh. So now you've got potential Borg factions being created, which is really interesting. And so what if those weren't infected by Janeway's nanoprobe virus? Because we never got real extrapolation to what that did beyond limiting connectivity. So if these are a Borg cube that stuck in the Alpha Quadrant, they captured when it was, when they were just being individuals years later, maybe they couldn't fix a ship. Romulans find it, take it over. Now they've got, pure Borg, however silly that sounds, with nanoprobes they can manipulate. Then that'd be risky, and now you've got someone with nanoprobes walking around that isn't 7. I don't know. It's interesting. Borg Tech .1.00, the uncorrupted Borg. With a queen that could reactivate all the... there's things you do with that really interestingly, and it depends how you have to explain what happened to the collective after Endgame, and that's going to be really, really interesting. Caleb Horn, $5. Thank you, so generous, man. Tribble short. Pike says that if the Tribble gets too bad, they'll eat you alive. Cut to crew member screaming a pile of Tribbles. Horror themed short. Dude, I mean Tribbles, man. The great Tribble hunt. The Klingons. We thought it was funny. We thought it was funny. But what if? Tribbles, as I said, when you stop thinking they're cute, they come kill you. Because if you've got literally thousands, billions eating everything and there's no more food, they'll eat people. They'll eat every life form. I mean, you know, it's weird. But there must be some reason they were a plague, and a plague normally has to kill people. And God, imagine how full a I don't know, I'm laughing. A Tribble could be when you eat a person, compared to grain, or Trilocalpia Volus, whatever it's called. So yeah, I'm actually all down with being a horror short. It's just how do you turn non-moving, you know, bags of fur into something scary is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Picard series set for early 2020, yes. But what does early 2020 actually mean? Andrew Hendricks, do you believe that the blue on the Borg cube is just force fields? 100%. I believe that it's very, very, very much is just a Borg, just an average Borg cube. Again, I like the averaginess. You know? And again, thank you for the Canadian $5. That it's, you know, it's too damaged to be repaired, or if you turn on a Borg repair matrix, you know, that's even more dangerous. You know, you've got to, I mean, to keep the Borg ship going, you've got to disable it. So, you know, don't let it repair. So you've got to have force fields. You can't give it, you know, maybe you can't power it. You know, Borg cubes, you know, especially if you do argue it's more advanced Borg cube, I would rather just be a, you know, from the point of Endgame, the Borg didn't evolve in their tech. Again, would like to, well, not again, but I've thought before, but Endgame tech is sort of world breaking, so I assume that it would be classified, Section 31, all that stuff, although I don't hope we see that. Well, I do, you know. Anyway. Discovery Shorts on Netflix, rest on Amazon, maybe. Yes, I would assume so. Do you think Egypt will show up? I hope he does. I really hope he does. I like Manu a lot. And again, these actors can't say until you see them. And why not? Who is Darj? Gareth Fairclough. That's the new girl. Vaughan Armstrong was a guy who was in everything. Yes. Everything. Ooh, Israeth. Will Amazon release episodes all at once or once per week? I pretty much guarantee it'll be once a week. It guarantees return viewership. It guarantees to be able to have trailers each week to build interest. It's not the new media way, but for this sort of show, you know, if you had all of it in 1 week, you can still make them while you're doing it, and I guarantee they'll still be working, like Orville as well. You know, they take a long time to make, and you know, Lost in Space was a Netflix show that was barely trailered. It just sort of came out. So you know, it could be made however long before, but these things need to be promoted early to get interest, and so I think that was. These will be week on week, and I absolutely prefer week on week for this sort of show. I like the speculation, I like the building. Watch it week on week necessitates you remember each episode more. You know, I binge watched Lost in Space and Altered Carbon, and truly exceptional series. But do I remember the episodes? Not necessarily broken up so much. Not necessarily so much. Yes, Endgame, super important. Yeah, Endgame has all the future tech. Yes, but the problem with the future tech is that the Borg Queen was able to assimilate the future tech, so you could argue that she was able to disseminate that knowledge. Someone was able to... And there's really good ways you can null it, although having everyone jump to that level is really, you know, risky, dangerous, whatever as well. Yeah. Endgame is great. Also tricky as well. Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Let's look on the chat. I know I've still got Low Decks to talk about. Have a gander. Again, 315 people watching. That's amazing. Thank you for still tuning in. Really cool. 226 likes, 8 dislikes. That's not very many, so thank you so much. Please do click that like button. Picard in early 2020. Are you sure? I've read it comes out this year. You've read the old things before the new things came out. Very much they said this trailer 2020, all the promos down 2020 because, you know, they need the time to make it. But hey, I would rather they take their time and make it right. And make the VFX bright. Seriously. Let's go back up and see if we have more super chats. People want me to talk about something very specific. I wonder where the cube came from. Must have been a long haul without a trans hub. Yes. There's so many possibilities. Part of the Countdown comic and a very weird and never actually explored in the film version part of the script 409. The Narada is infused with Borg tech. That's what the tendrils are. It's just stupid, and it is a great idea, but they're stupid in the way they do it. Yeah, and it's funny. Someone's trying to call me out. Mint Ning 2. Trekyards, good theory with the end game time, but 5,800 days without estimation is only 15 years. Yes. Things happened after Endgame. You know, prisons have without incident, or, you know, I haven't drank in 15 years, but something can happen in between. You know, all these Borg, I'm assuming got captured, got kidnapped, whatever, and there was an assimilation 15 years ago by someone, and they, you know, penalized everyone for that, and then there hasn't been one in 15 years. So no, you know, there's instance in between. Endgame wasn't just some stop point. That would be silly. There's obviously repercussions, and, you know, 5 years of rogue Borg doing rogue things, even if they're not malicious. I mean, if you've never lived outside the collective, I mean, you're a broken person. I actually love that as a concept. That many days, because what happened, you know, an assimilation. Don't know. Samuel missed my super chat. Oh, Jeff, it's gone on the thing. Let me go into our YouTube window. Hi, Jeff. I did see you, but I didn't see that super chat. That's weird. Let me go back into the chat window on the actual YouTube page, which is only for me and Stuart if he's here, but I don't think he is anymore. All the Federation starships, British be embedded into the hull now. No, Clark! Come on. It was that way for 300 years. Why would it change in 20? It's an aesthetic. It's a style. Look at aircraft carriers. Look at, you know, in those years. It's a contextual. But no, they don't have to. Stop. Let's go back. Oh, great. Sorry. There you go. Jeff Jacobs. Wow. Over 200 likes. I'll go in at 250. Yes, we are doing absolutely incredible. I am loving the stream. You guys are superb. And imagine the Borg. Pedlar Rune. Imagine if the Borg. Fun times. William Mann. Am I the only one super excited about 7-9 on Picard? No. It's one of the first things I said at the very start. Absolutely one of the most exciting things. So she's one of the most interesting characters. And we've said this several times. I love Trekyards. Thanks, William. We love you. Although I've never posted before. Well, please feel free to. We do love our fans. Love making content. La. Let's have a look. Yes, the Borg cube is under Romulan control. The prison scene is on it. Yes. I mean, what a cool and horrible prison to have as a Borg cube. That's absolutely what I thought going in. Scary. And in terms of set design, it's actually really interesting because you get to have these claustrophobic, dark, backgrounds, which are both canonical and not. It's just a really, really good thing. I mean, the fact is, these Borg cubes are prisons in a sense, of hundreds of thousands of people, and what more of a symbolic thing. We're keeping you in your prison, where all you know is this life. It's really horrible, but it's really good, narratively speaking. And I definitely didn't expect a Borg cube to be in it. That's ballsy. But that's what we would do as fans, I think. And again, I've said before, if you give us the reins, we could have come up with I come up with a really good story that people would be interested in. And fun things looking there. Endgame was okay, but I think beats Best of Both Worlds in my opinion. Best in Both Worlds is excellent, but for the characters, Endgame is great for the scope and the time travel, the future stuff. It's great in different ways. Oh yeah, Picard and Seven obviously know each other. I mean, I'm assuming, as soon as she got to the, I'm assuming as soon as, this would be, again, I would assume obvious. Yeah, as soon as the Voyager files, the crew manifests came back from the Delta Quadrant, when they managed to make contact, Picard would be told that they have an next drone. He'd be like, oh, okay. And then he would want to meet her when she came back, and they'd become friends because they can relate, it's one of the people that can. So yeah, I mean, I instantly. Yeah, they'd be friends. I mean, assuming they know each other's kids and stuff, if they so want to have kids. Let's go up again. Let's have a look. No bridge window screens. The problem is, they make window screens canon in the future, then that we can't complain anymore, because now a prime timeline canon ship does have windows. But again, we don't necessarily not actually see Fed ships. But for God's sake, don't have a bloody thing. Oh, and yeah, good old gamer. He's the cutest after all. You should probably want to meet him. Yeah, to be fair, he is a Borg celebrity. Yeah, I can imagine he'd want to be. Yeah. What's going on there? Yep. Jars here again. Off topic. But did you get a chance to see the Neon Visuals DS9 4K intro that released on the... Oh, so it's a new one, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, Neon Visual does some great stuff. His 4K things. He definitely does good work. Very creative. Or the 4... Oh, yeah, it's good particle sim. He doesn't always get the lighting to feel the same. But that's the problem with HD to... Or SD to HD. You can't. Yeah. Yeah. It still made the ship with the background very blocky. That's funny. Yeah, I can see the limited textures on things you made custom. That's funny. I know I'm watching a video. It's not very exciting, but yeah, do check out Neon Visuals video. It's definitely nice to see. Let's see his wormhole then. Good job. That's a very good wormhole. Yeah, well done him. Well done him. He makes good work, obviously. Oh, Mark Lawrence. Enterprise E got impromptu bridge window. Heh, Mark. Boo. Funny. I like it. I like it. Seven probably became more human when her and Trekyards stopped dating and she lost her aunt. What makes you say those things happened? Was the first time Picard and Seven met on screen? Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've seen all Trek and they never happened. Lazarus 2 said, remember, if you're naughty, you get sent to the Great Borg Cube. Remember, kids, eat vegetables. If you're naughty, you'll get sent to the Borg Cube. Oh, Carlo, do you think they'll use Slipstream? I hope not. But then that lets them reboot the visual a bit. Oh, I mean, we all hope for warp. I think you know. Oh, I mean, what we saw with the Enterprise D in the future timeline, all good things, that they just sort of, we assumed that was Slipstream, but they just regrade it as warp. So it's kind of like, oh, warp 13. What does that mean? Well, warp 13. You know, it's just transwarp. They helps it on saying go transwarp speed 1. There's no quantifiable speed with transwarp, so resetting to a warp conversion kinda helps. Yeah. James Hirschfield, thank you. Don't know if I recognise your name. Thanks for that. What was your reaction when you saw 7 of 9 in the Star Trek Picard trailer? I was thrilled. Honestly, that is my great way of saying it, because 7 is one of the most fleshed out, but one of the most universally useful characters, both in her science fiction or science knowledge. Sorry, I'm quite tired now. Science knowledge, her Trek knowledge, her species knowledge, her crew knowledge. Amazing experience, amazing technical whatevers. She should be an essential part of the last 20 years. Certainly, and she can have your personal shields, all these cool things for sure. So yeah, I was ecstatic because it shows that we hoped for one ex-cast member. We were both, all of us, the Trek community was worried that the Star Trek Picard would just be Discovery, but with Picard. But using other cast, they did Spock reasonably well. Beyond a few Michael Burnham, she's my god and savior. I was like, oh. The actual day-to-day, scene-by-scene interactions were very good with Spock. So they've shown more respect, the team. Or at least part of the team. So having characters, if you ruin them, you're going to have even more backlash because you're ruining them. So having this many is a risk, a really, really good risk, and integration in the universe. Because we've said all these characters are to play with. They all exist. They're all alive in this part of the timeline. So you can call on anyone to anything, any special task. So have the specialists come in. Warp field specialists, bring in LaForge. Engineering specialists, bring in O'Brien. Medical specialists, all these things you can do, and you will get viewing figures, you'll get press. I mean, how much good press they get by introducing these two. And the fact they're both introduced in the trailer, Hugh is going to be in it, is a really, really intriguing one. And obviously, Troy and Riker is very, very good as well. This many people, I feel like it could just be the tip of the iceberg. Primaries and cameos, because they all exist. So a cameo is not too small, because they could come in season 2, season 3, whatever, as being important, whatever. So so much potential, and the fact they're using the potential is one of the most exciting thing. Where's Q? Wherever he wants to be. Let's have a look. Is it Mega Cube? No, I bet it's just a normal Borg cube. Do you see the interview where Brent said he was playing Data, but it's B4 that is disassembled? So that would imply Data could be in Law's body then, because there is no Data. Data's dead. Let's use time travel. But yes, I will be looking at the all the other articles and such tomorrow for our breakdown. Yes, Prime has no windows, only screens. Yes, Marco. Prime 1351. 4.99. Thank you so much. What if the Borg cube caused Hobus and the relief fleet was to stop their invasion of Romulan space? Enterprise was destroyed, people killed, etc. Great question. The problem is it wouldn't necessarily be Borg as the hive mind Borg, because that's probably somewhat over with, which I think is probably, Delta Quadrant probably still has them, but any that are left around that probably aren't. But one Borg cube is tricky, because now you have the anti-Borg tech from Voyager, and you did still defeat it at Wolf 6001 of First Contact, and they got Quantum, so there is a Borg cube is less and less a threat. Oh, so I don't know if it would be, but again, the Romulans never fought Borg, so their experience, their tech would not be geared towards that. But we know that a supernova could threaten the entire galaxy, or universe. Yeah, it's interesting. And Jeff Jacobs says a great question: what name shall go by? Annika, I would assume, but my friends call me Seven. You know, yeah, you know. Would Picard older if they'll make money out of it? And Jeff, that $2, thank you, but I already answered your question. So Laura's dead. I thought Data just switched him off. Well, fixable. And Marco, I just answered that. About the short treks RGD, we talked about that already, but I can talk about the Picard one. I think I said already that I think it'll be a prequel about the ship's crew, the new ship's crew. That I think is the safe option there. Or about something very simple. Again, the short treks are cheap, so they'll be during a set. They'll be filmed during a days on a set, another day or two, as they did with the Saru short. So you've got this, you've got the Vinery, you've got the Borg cube, you've got the ship, you've got the Starfleet headquarters. So it'll be something, one of those sets. Could be Starfleet headquarters, could be Riker, you know, talking about getting Picard in a knot, or whatever. There's many things. There's many things. Brandel Fetton. It looks to me that the Romulans probably split into numerous factions after Supernova. Very possible. We love the idea of having Sealer could come back. That would be great. Harvesting the cube. Well, after that many years, tech probably isn't harvesting so much as using it for some means. I know it's a weird one, but having the in Doctor Who they had the Master use the TARDIS to keep a time thingy going on, so they reused the TARDIS, kept it going for that purpose. Oh, Trek Central says the Picard short takes place 15 years for the events of Picard's around 2384. So that is when Picard gets retired, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna watch these things tomorrow, guys. So I obviously do want to see. We have the inscription, 16 years without assimilation. Romans cut their experiments unnoticed for 16 years. Yes. There's a possibility there, you know. It's assumed that Data was vaporized in the explosion. I mean, it's Star Trek. The writers can make anything up. I mean, let's not. I think it blew up. Jarzia. If Geordie shows up, he'll be married to a hologram. Maybe. 749 was Annika Hansen. Yes. Yes, I think I said that earlier on. But guys, I'm clearly flagging. It is coming up to 12 at night. I'm really tired. I have a very long day today. It's sad to say bye at 293 people watching. So I would like quick fire super chat question, even $1. I'd like to get 30 more dollars would be amazing before I end this in the next few minutes. 290 people watching. We've got 256 people liking it. Please do click like, react. Please do click the like button now. I'd love to see 300 likes. Oh, Gareth, good luck with the job interview. Cool. Way About Tech could be O'Brien's daughter. We know what one of O'Brien's daughters looks like because she's, you know, still around. O'Brien's daughter doesn't make any sense, so there's no connection there. No data Colombian droid is dead. Guys, come on. Final super chats. Let me see what is your final super chat questions. I would love to see. Antonio Campos Sales. Hi, I'm from Portugal. Is the Picard series on TV already? No, not even remotely. It will not be on TV at all. Just like Star Trek Discovery, it is a online streaming service exclusive, which is the future of digital media. These were the first trailer. As you can imagine, Antonio, a first trailer comes long before the film actually comes out. So it is being produced right now. They're filming episodes, and they will be doing filming other episodes. It'll come out in early 2020, presumably around the time they're still filming some of it. But we'll see. What exactly do they do to Brent's face with the CGI? I think it's mostly makeup. It says mostly makeup. Guys, do final super chats. Come on, I want to end on a high. $30 more would be amazing. You guys really help support us. I am so excited to look at our week of lives. We're going to do 5 lives, 1 each day. We'll have them on scheduled long before they come out. Same time every day, 10 p.m. My time GMT, 5 p.m. Eastern, and even earlier, obviously in LA with that timeline change there. That sounds so sci-fi. Tomorrow will be our full frame-by-frame breakdown. We're going to take stills from the trailer, zoom in, enhance, do analysing things. That's going to be super, super fun to look at all the smallest details from the trailer and do a hopefully new breakdown and actually, you know, do example, do comparison renders like with Brent Spiner's face, 709's face, things like that. And throughout the week, we can do lives and sub-videos looking at small topics. Some of my suggestions were Federation tech, which will be uniforms and such, alien tech, Borg tech, those things to look at. Certainly to analyse, theorise, hopefully write about at some point. Hopefully you guys will join us in, if you can, any and all days. Will be very, very fun. Patrick Muller, Data's cheeks look bloated to me. Yes, that's definitely what he looks like. But that's because his cheeks are slightly fatter than used to be. Israel, that's why I'm waiting to get Amazon Prime Video until it comes out. I mean, just get Amazon Prime delivery. Then you can get deliveries 1 day later, or in 1 day, which is a super useful service. That's all you need, really. You know, get Amazon Prime Video with that. You know. Yay, Caleb Horn. Roman Lady says, we remember you. They match before Borg who remember Locutus. Yes. Yes. I mean, maybe. It could be Vulcan. Could be Vulcan. We see several Vulcans in it. That's hard to say. I would be more inclined for that. But it's a half. It could be that, or it could be that maybe she was a Vulcan that served aboard one of the Enterprises, lived through the incident that he is a problem, and then sometime read the chat as well, which is never useful when you're tired. Or it could just be, I remember you as the great Captain Picard. You've forgotten you, but I remember you. You know, you're just like, you know, Mark Hamill. You would be, you know, you are a legend. I remember you, even if you don't remember you. Is a good story. Oh, Andrew, in the middle of nowhere. One day delivery is not a thing here. Well then, sir, fair enough. Fair enough. In the UK, it's pretty much everywhere. But we're a smaller country. In America, it obviously you know, in something like Austin, Texas, you can get same day delivery, which is absolutely incredible from Amazon. But that's obviously, they've got a distribution center either there or almost there. So that's why. Come on, guys! Final few super chats to end out a wonderful stream. How long have I been going for? Yeah, hour and a half. That sounds about right. Any final questions just for me? My honest opinion, Because, you know, I'll totally lie when we get to Stuart being on, of course. No, I won't, obviously. No, join in, super chat, help us out, let me know what you think. Maybe even, well, actually, you know what, guys? Just like I've done before, and we do, Jeff, missed me again. Jeff. How? Oh, 250 likes. Sweet. We'll go get 300 likes. Okay, Jeff is challenging us. 300 likes. We're 271. Come on, we can get, do math, 29 more people to click like button. There's almost 10 times that. So come on, click that like button. I will not leave. I will not leave until we hit 300 likes. I will not leave. Not leave. Like button. Like button. Yes. How about Tom and Torres' daughter? I want to see Maril. I want to see Maril Paris a lot. She was really fun in what we saw. Peda, Amazon's rolling out previous day delivery next year. Dude, if you met Amazon, they're amazing. That's hilarious. I like that. I like that joke a lot. Guys, this is what I want. Both, please hit 300 likes. And also, I want to know, silly question, but give me a review out of 10 for this trailer. Right? Not how excited are you, but how cool did you think it looked out of 10? Start clicking, and I will guarantee read out super chats one. Zzz. But I want to hear your out of 10. We do that for our reviews, and this is sort of a review, a first reaction review as well. So click, click like. Sorry, I am quite tired. And let us know what you think out of 10. I genuinely want to know. Only 18 more people need to be liked to get another Jeff Jacobs. Please do, please do. Samuel, what are your thoughts on how much Picard will put Discovery into the shade? Yeah. Discovery is that. Yeah, I mean, I think the show will easily be better, easily be more interesting, easily be more watched. Yeah, I think they're really gonna have to improve, enhance, make it more canon. I mean, yeah, they can't really compare. I don't think. But yeah, put you out of 10. I really want to see, and I really want to read one more. I'll say, who wants to be the final super chat of this excellent first reaction live? I came back just for this. Quite tired, as you can see after a while, but I really do want to talk with you guys again tomorrow and later on this week, because we've got so many cool things to talk about. Even a little bit of the ship. Crazy. And come on, 13 more likes. Please click that like button. 287. Very, very important. As in, we can make Jeff pay, as they say. So we've got a 9, 10, 6, 10, April 5, 8, 6, 6, 7, 8. Amazon Prime delivery. That's not out of 10. 8, 8, 10. 7, 8, 8. 8.855. 8, 7. See, I love this. I think 8 is a very good rating. I'm seeing some 9s. I'm seeing some 7s. So I think 8. Riker was kind of chubby too. Yes, he is. But yeah, it's fine. 9.975. That's a reference. Too much space? There's no space. Need to see new ships. Yes, we do. Oh, 4 more likes. Come on then. Jeff can be the final super chat of this live. It's not much. Come on. 3 more likes. 300 likes. And again, I am super thankful, guys, that you stayed for this live. We had 350 people, which is absolutely really excellent. Very, very happy with that. Please do join in more for later lives this week. We're going to really deep dive with information, with we're going to watch all of the interviews, all of the panels, all the information, and do picture breakdowns, picture analysis. Really excited to go into that stuff. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. Jeff is probably the last super chat at $3. I know you can do it. I'm paying on faith of the heart. 301. Jeff, we did it. As I said it, we did it. Yes. Yes. Okay, guys. Jeff wins final super chat. What a man. What a lad. What a guy with no room in his house because he's got too many models. Thanks, guys, for a wonderful live. You guys were superb. Really great turnout. Really great session, I think. Hey, guys. Before I go, how do you think I did in this live? Was I informative? Was I interesting? Did you like my thoughts? Please do let me know, because I don't know how I did. How did I do, guys? You did great with the out of 10. I really liked you guys' review. That was, I think, pretty much where we're at as a fan base. Very positive. So I'm all on board with where we are there. But guys, do let me know, how was this live for you all? Did you have fun? Did you have fun with me today on the Super Chat live stream? I want to know. I want to know. Was I informative in my own way? Oh, I'm tired. I had fun. I came back just for this. And I'm going to make a little bit of food. And go sleep. And then wake up early tomorrow, because we're going to do some early filming tomorrow. I've got some other stuff I've got to deal with, which you guys might or might not hear about. And, oh, Tony Sussex, $9.99, you crazy man. That is a wonderful super chat to end the live stream. With all the older looking Brent / data talk, should the part have been recast? It seems like you can't please everyone, but at least if the part was recast, he could be a permanent fixture for the show. No, because there is only one data, and it's Brent Spiner. The easiest thing to do is do makeup / do CG. You know, you wouldn't expect him to be a series lead, but recurring, I would rather say, I mean, we know that the data can modify his programming, they can modify how he looks, so it's easier, better to say that the data character said, I want, as my generation of family get older, I want to also look older. So I'm absolutely fine with him doing that as part of his programming, and then at some point he just undoes it or whatever. So I'm fine with that. I think you need Brent. You need, I mean, it's canon. You know, you need the canon to make Star Trek very important. I've only seen the last 6 minutes. Jesus, Nigel Lancaster. We've been going for a long time. God damn. Thank you. It was very entertaining. Thanks so much. Appreciate that a lot. You did a fine job. Thank you. 10 as usual. Hey. Oh, 20.5. Thank you so much. No Samuel, Tony Sussex. What did I say? Sorry. Good show as always. Yeah, rule winner today is friendship. You're a great commander, thank you. Yes, you're awesome, 10, thank you. Tell tomorrow. The stream was 7 out of 9. Oh, thank you, 11 out of 10. You did good. You did good, son. You did good. I'm proud of you. Oh, thank you. No, not a bit of data. Okay, guys, thank you so much. 215 still watching, you crazy people. Have an awesome night, those that are still in America. And we will see you. Boy, we're going to see you this week. Like I say, I'll remind one more time. We'll see you for daily lives before we go to Vegas and talking about this trailer and, not Expanse, and Lower Decks and the short treks, because there's so much to talk about. And we will do the videos, doing the very small, very informative, bite-sized, very excited. Oh, crazy. Pedro ran €2. Good night, and don't feed the dribbles after midnight. No, never feed the dribbles at all. Yeah, and guys, do subscribe to Trekyards. Please do. And do like and comment and such. Thanks so much, guys. Until next time, I'm Cockings, and he was Captain Foley yesterday. Thanks this weekend of Picard. Really amazing. Well done, CBS, for a good Star Trek Picard trailer. You did good. You did good. Bye, everyone.